Welcome to this special edition of Litter Media Live, sponsored by Litter Quality Propane. But we're talking with one of our sponsors, Whitetail Acres Grain and Roasting. And we have with us in studio today Heidi Gray to my immediate left and Alex Rogers way over on the other side.
Alex Nelson.
What did I say? Rogers.
Rogers.
I know Alex Rogers. Alex Nelson. We're going to learn more about them here in just a bit, so stick close for that. I want to take a moment to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. They have, for nearly 100 years, been serving propane users in southern central Ohio with reliable supply, reliable service, and reliable people. Litter Quality Propane. Find out more at litterpropane.com. Alex Nelson is with us, along with Heidi Gray. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We want to take a moment to talk about Whitetail Acres. First of all, where did this idea come from, and who had the brainchild? And I know that she probably makes it run.
Yes.
Go ahead. Alex actually is an avid hunter, was really looking to increase the deer health and population on our acreage where he hunts. And so he started researching deer feed and what the best deer feed would be. And
I came up with roasting, and we studied it for about 6 to 8 months. And I finally narrowed it down to a roaster over in Pennsylvania. And I made contact with them. Me and Heidi decided we would go. It was probably in
2022 is when we visited. 2023.
We went over to Roast-O-Matic. That's what the roaster is. And we watched one run. We talked to them. They gave us all the pamphlets we need. We came back and started talking about it and talking to other area people. Like I talked to some farmers, some other hunters, and see how it would do. Mm-hmm. And from there we went, talked to Farm Credit Services about.
So we decided to go ahead and start the business and see where it would take us. So
kind of found out that you're spending money buying all this stuff for your own hunting anyway, right?
Yes.
And why not go ahead and do it for free, so to speak, for yourself?
And I wanted to help other hunters.
Yeah.
And maybe they have the same problem that we do.
Yeah. I know my brother used to have back 40 where he would hunt his own, and he would always put out salt licks and grain and everything trying to attract the deer.
Yeah.
And so this is not something that's brand new, but it's brand new to this area, right?
Correct.
We are really the only area production that I know of roasted feed. So when we were looking at the roasters and they were talking about where they go out and roast, they actually have huge roasters. They go out to farms and roast the beans or the corn as it comes off the field for the farmers to feed their, cattle or, whatever livestock they have, because it is so beneficial. So not only is it, there was a need in this area because nobody else was doing it, it really is beneficial for the livestock. It increases their health, increases their milk production. They can retain a lot more of the protein. So we also can offer it to farmers. We do have a local dairy farmer that has brought over beans, and we roast it for him, and he takes it back, and that's what he feeds his cattle. So
very nice.
Yeah.
So on this trip to Pennsylvania, was that where it was like, this is a no-brainer, let's do this?
It wasn't a no-brainer for me. It took a little convincing, but now that we are there, it seems to be going really well. So,
I mean, when we was over there, there's a lot of things in roasting, like Heidi was talking about, digestibility and the milk product, helping the milk produce, but it also in the deer, it helps their antlers grow, it helps them, stay healthy. And, instead of going to eat raw corn, they digest it easier, so they don't get as sick as much with it.
And of course, we see deer all the time in cornfields and that sort of thing. So this is beneficial for them and they don't even know it.
No, they don't. And actually, when we roast like the corn, we roast the corn, it smells like a kettle corn. When you roast the beans, it actually smells and tastes like some type of nut. It might be a peanut, that's what it smells and tastes like.
Roasting chestnuts on open fire, right?
Yes.
Tis the season.
Yes. The smell does bring it in. So the aroma of it is like a roasted peanut. And that's one of the things. The other benefit for roasted feed is that it doesn't break down as quickly. So when you're putting the feed out for livestock or for deer, it stays longer, in the elements. So this is starting to catch on, and has it become bigger than you thought it would be? Well, we want to continue to make it grow. We currently are in 4 different stores plus selling it at our location. So probably branching out is what we're looking to do into more places. Get it in more stores. We also right now we have roasted soybeans for sale, roasted Whitetail blend, which is a blend of the roasted beans and the roasted corn. So it's 17% protein, which is, about what you're shooting for in a deer feed. But, you can roast just about anything. So we're looking at, maybe branching into some new products also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. So where can we find your product?
You can here in Ross County, you can get it at Case McFadden's, RX Archery in Bainbridge, Carr Gearhart's out on Charleston Pike. Then in Peebles is Daily Outfitters down in Peebles. And in Wellston, it's Mike's Bait and Tackle.
That's pretty good. And, of course, as this gains popularity, you're going to have to really start growing.
Yes.
That's the plan, yes.
So do you grow your own corn and soybeans, or do you?
Not right now. Right now, we are getting it from local farmers.
Okay.
So we have a couple suppliers here locally. So everything comes from Ross County or surrounding county, and then we roast it and send it back out to local businesses. But you can also pick it up if you contact us at our locations, which is on Chester Hill in Huntington Township.
Yeah. So what's the process like? How does it all start?
Well, obviously, the roaster you can't roast anything indoors. So everything has to be outside because of temperature-wise. We always go get our grain. We got grain carts. We take it out of the grain carts and actually auger it into our roaster. And then it takes us 45 minutes to an hour to do a ton of corn or beans. And then we put it into a grain cart, and we got to let it cool down because your beans is at
270 to 280 degrees for beans. Corn has a higher sugar content, and so you have to roast that at a lower level, about 230 to 240. So it runs on propane. We have a liter propane tank that we hook to the roaster. Get you guys a plug in there, and also electric. So it has a computer panel. You run it through. You put it at what percentage you want the propane to be at, and so 230, 240 for corn. And actually, when you do corn, it increases the amount of sugar or energy readily available by actually 13%. So again, it's improving just from the raw corn to roasted corn. And when it comes out, it's hot. So it is hot.
Touch it.
Yeah. And we put it into another grain cart, and we try to rotate that to cool it down a little bit quicker. Then we bring it into our building, and we have a grain mixer with the scales, and we start mixing and bagging. So then it's ready to go.
This is more than a hobby.
Yes.
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 You work quite a bit at it.
Yeah.
Over the past year, we've learned some shortcuts, not shortcuts, but ways to make our lives easier, how to do it a little bit easier.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yes. And so we're going to continue that, hopefully that trajectory of finding ways to make it, a little bit more automated and not as much lifting for us. So
Yes. The grandkids aren't old enough really
Well, we've got a
Big muscle yet, right?
Well, we got Trevor. He helps us out a lot, and then a buddy of mine, Chris Hartley, helps us out a lot. Good.
What's the response been from local farmers, local hunters?
Well, the hunters wise, a lot of them say it's the best feed they ever used.
Yeah.
Farmers, they don't have to take their corn or beans into the mill. We just buy it straight from them, so that saves them a trip. We just go out to their place and they fill our carts up. So that saves them money and diesel and time and stuff like that. And, they make their money and we help them out. They help us out.
We went through that dry period there late in the summer, and but were the yields pretty good that you were hearing?
Well, on the beans, some farmers said the beans was a lot smaller because the pods wasn't full like they have been in the past. Mm-hmm. So it cut the yield down on the beans.
We've had quite a few hunters that, because it is a fairly new product to the area, they want to test it out and compare it with the product they currently use or some other feeds. So we've had 3 different hunters, in the area that have put out the feed, side by side with cameras so they can, check. Mm-hmm. And all 3 of those came back to us and said, hands down, your feed was the one they wanted, So I think that was pretty good testament. So we'll take that.
A lot of them say if we put it out, we put 10 pounds in each pile, they'll eat all yours and they won't even touch the other stuff.
Is that right?
They'll have to go back and put more out and just finally take the other stuff out because they won't eat it.
Thank goodness for trail cams, right? To be able to see that kind of thing. 2 hooves up, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, on our farm, I see an average in this, as a hunter, you want the deer to be coming through all the time. You just want to be there at certain times. We've seen more deer during daylight hours. Hunters want them to be in daylight hours. Come into the feed, and they might be anywhere between 4 to 8 in there at one time eating. And then, and all day long, they're like that. You get your stragglers all day, like 2 to 3 deer and coming in there eating all day long. It's just
sounds like word's getting around in the deer community.
Yes.
Any other wildlife come to participate in some fashion?
Not as much as what you would think. It seems like the turkeys.
The turkeys
like to come over. We used to have a problem with raccoons really hitting the corn pile, but we don't see as many raccoons with the roasted feed for some reason. So, but we're okay with that.
maybe they're just not as sophisticated as the turkey.
They don't
and
have
deer.
that sophisticated palate. So yes.
I think that a lot of it with the raccoons is when you get field corn, they've got a lot of moisture in it.
Yeah.
And then once you roast it, it's harder. It takes that moisture out. So I don't know if the raccoons can actually chew it compared to field corn.
Didn't think about that. Of course, as I get older, I have raccoon teeth, it sounds like. So I always have a tough time with beef jerky.
Yeah, tearing it.
Yeah, it's like, if I want to eat a belt, I'll go eat a belt, in that regard. Anything that we have missed you wanted people to know about? Because we tried to put a link. You can find them on Facebook, and
Yes.
You don't have a website, right?
Not right now.
Not right now, but you can reach them through Facebook. And just if you type in Whitetail Acres,
Grain and roasting.
you pop right up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I think one of the important things is that our product is all natural also. There's not any chemicals or anything in it. And I think that's also why the wildlife seem to like it, because there's not that artificial, flavoring to it. It is just a natural product. So
Yeah, we don't put any apple flavoring, cherry flavoring, or anything in it. It's just all natural.
But now you're starting to whet my appetite. I wonder what that would taste like.
Well,
it's funny you say that, because we have one customer who says every time I open a bag, I just want to pour some milk in it and have a bowl of it. And when we are roasting, we'll take a handful of those beans and pop them, and it is a great snack. So
Is that right?
yeah, it tastes really good. So
This is that branching out part
there
that
it
you're
is.
talking about, right?
We talked about that. I'm like, I wonder if we can roast these and sell them for human consumption.
you got to get in the other part of the health department region there.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Well, I'm happy to see that this has taken off the way that it has for you. And we appreciate you supporting what we do to help get the word out. So
We appreciate you having us today.
Yeah, appreciate
Sure
it.
thing.
If anybody wants to try it, come out and try a bag. We sell them like the 50-pound bags for $16. We do sell a smaller bag. It's a 20-pound bag. We sell it for $10. And hey, come out. I'll let you try it. I'll give you a bag.
straight off the press, so to speak. Thank you again for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Heidi Gray and Alex Nelson with Whitetail Acres Grain and Roasting. And we appreciate them being a part of what we do as well. And thank you for watching. And also thanks to our friends at Litter Quality Propane for sponsoring this edition of Litter Media Live.